Today on Watch the Skeet, we're joined by Jade Burden, the Isle of Man's first female professional boxer. She's battled in national and international arenas, pushed through sickness, cancellations and financial pressure. Nevertheless, she still shows up with purpose and pride. A fitness coach, resilience mentor and fierce advocate for support systems, Jade represents the island, her people and her journey with gratitude and grit. Let's welcome the unstoppable Jade Burden to Watch the Skeet. So Jade, what is the Skeet?
Hi Percy.
How are we doing?
I'm good. What an intro that is. I've not had one like that before.
Well,
I feel quite emotional.
Yeah, I try to make an intro the best possible for the listeners, really, so they give you a bit of an overall view before they start.
Yeah, absolutely.
About what you're all about.
You're very kind. Appreciate that. Thank you.
And I think the first female professional boxer on the Isle of Man. It taught me through that to start off with. That's a little bit of a mad one.
Yeah,
How was that?
Yeah, it's been a long road to be fair, but I obviously to get professional, you've got to kind of start somewhere, haven't you? So
Yes.
yeah, I had a good 7 years in the amateurs prior to that, which I just got into for fitness really.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah,
It
literally
wasn't an
put a
initial
couple
goal?
of literally put a couple of pounds on. My best friend Leonie, her dad is the head coach at Manx ABC, Peter
Right.
Roberts.
Okay.
So it was literally come on, get your ass down here, get yourself feeling a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
And I did, and I absolutely loved it. So I was going on a Tuesday and Thursday, sweating my tits off every week, loving it, but punching and just getting any anger or any frustration that I had out. And her dad just said, do you fancy, coming to the boxing sessions? I thought, go on. And then a couple of weeks passed, lost a bit more weight. And then he said, do you want to have a go? So I was a bit like, oh, fuck. Don't know, should I have a go? What's this all about?
Yeah.
And there wasn't that many, even when I started, there's a few girls boxing, but not as many as what there is now.
How long ago would that have been then?
2017. So I was
Okay.
25. I was a late bloomer then as well.
Yeah, that's 8 years ago, 9 years ago now.
And I thought, do you know what? What the hell? Give it a go. Do it once. If I hate it, don't have to go back.
Nothing
but
to lose, I suppose, did you?
Who know exactly? Got no pressure. Went in, did it. Had an absolute barnstormer of a fight. We might as well have been in a phone box. Me and this girl just went toe to toe. I couldn't breathe. You could probably all hear me wheezing.
Nightmare.
Literally nightmare. I won unanimous. All my mates packed in at the Hilton, literally blew the roof off the place, and it was literally the feeling of euphoria. It doesn't get any better than this.
Was that feeling you
that
sort of
feeling, I was like, what is this? I need this all the time now.
Hooked you?
Hooked me, honestly. Hooked me. Honestly,
Really?
yeah. It was amazing.
Strange though, isn't
Such
it?
a buzz. Do you know, I've always been in team sports, playing hockey, football, but I think to be able to go off and do something by yourself and know that the work that you put in, as soon as you get in through those ropes, it's just you and that other person.
Yeah.
So there's no hiding.
That's quite fascinating actually, because you are responsible for your performance.
Exactly,
then, aren't you?
exactly. And do you know what? I think as well, you play rugby, right?
Yeah.
You could maybe I can't really say I got a bit of a hangover. The lads will pull me through it, but there's not that when you're going through those ropes.
No.
You are if you're not trained for it, you're getting your ass handed to you. You could be
Literally.
hurt. But I think as well for me, it's it's probably the most present I've ever felt in my life. Being in there.
Present.
Present.
What
awake.
does present mean to you? How
Just
does that feel? Present. That's a.
It's just in the
Term.
now. You're.
Yeah.
It's really weird. It's if you get punched in the face, you're like, all right, I'm awake. I'm here. All right, switch on. I've never had that before.
Does it take one to wake you up when you get in there?
Yeah, it can. Yeah,
Does it take a little bit of a right?
Yeah, it does.
We're ready to go.
A little bit. It's a bit okay, here we go. Yeah.
Back in here. Back
I'm
for
here.
the slog.
I'm here. Let's have it. Yeah.
And
honestly.
is a women's round short or the same as a man's round?
So in the amateurs, when you reach 15 bouts, you're in the open class and you do 3 threes, so 3 3-minute rounds.
Okay.
Since I've turned pro, women's rounds are now 2-minute rounds. So the max I could do is 10 twos.
Okay.
So I've had two fights, and I've had 4 2-rounders. So the next one will be a 6-rounder, and then after that we'll look at maybe doing 8 or 10 rounds against a prospect.
And that's when it really.
Yeah, that's when you get into the pain locker.
Well, you just.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a real strange thought for me. 8 rounds.
8 to 10 rounds.
You must start. I mean, for you who's done building the way up, will that change how you approach the mindset towards the fight and the tactical side of things?
Yeah, I suppose, because like the last 2 I've done, it's still like 4-2s is still like an amateur pace. It's still like a really high tempo.
Yeah.
But whenever like we do sparring or whichever things like that, we kind of always train for 6 rounds.
Okay.
And then once you've eventually work up to 6, you'd be doing 8 to 10 rounds sparring anyway. So you kind of adjust. So it's kind of like stuff like, you know, you're out on the road for longer, building up your stamina, or your training sessions are longer. Running, yeah, it's not great. But you not do that, no.
I'm built for comfort, me, Jade.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a bit more of a short sprinter, I would say. I mean, I don't mind a long slog, but yeah. Why do you have to run then? Is there not other ways of doing fitness?
So it's
swim?
more like it's more for you. Like a lot of the stuff I do would be like your zone 2.
Okay.
So building up, yeah, exactly. So building your heart endurance, basically, just be able to obviously keep a steady pace, and then in between that, you're doing your sprints, your recovery, stuff like that. So yeah, it's all about your stamina.
So like on your feet work, I suppose, isn't it? It makes sense to be running rather than swim because you need to practice actually being on your feet.
It depends really, because some people aren't cut out for running.
Oh really?
Some people struggle on their knees or on their joints, or some people swim, some people cycle. But for me, I think I really enjoy like the headspace I get when I go running.
Yeah,
it's an hour where I just kind of put my tunes in, like off I go down the railway lines or up the hills, and I love it. I love it.
Right.
Not when it's pissing down.
No, that would be rough. But where does it all start? So obviously the journey of boxing started 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Take us right back. You know, maybe leaving school. Were you into sports then?
Yeah.
So
I was pretty
begin?
lucky, really. I was always like an all rounder. I was always kind of like selected for the teams, like rounders, netball, hockey. Football was my thing back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely love football. I've been to many Island Games.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Honestly, loved it. So for me, when I made that transition from football to boxing, was quite a big thing, really.
Did you sort of drop it behind you and that was it? No more.
Well, it was kind of until my coach was like, "Look, you're at a stage now where you need to pick one or the other," because I was kind of like playing football on a Sunday, you know, like limping into the gym on a Monday and not really being able to. So it was like, sometimes, when you pick a bit of a knock or an injury, it's a bit like it's one or the other now, which is it. But I think once I knew that I could potentially go to the Commonwealth Games, I was like, right, this is serious now.
Okay.
Like, I really need to pick one or the other.
And what was that transition period actually like?
It was hard because, like, you know, if you're from a team environment, it's all about that camaraderie and the banter and like
pushing each other.
And then it's gone from like being in a team to being by myself. And one thing about boxing is like I'm very fortunate. I've got like a good family support and I've got a good coach and I've got good friends. But when you like a lot of the stuff that you do outside the gym, you're by yourself. You're in the gym by yourself. You're out running by yourself. Like you've got to be your biggest motivation because no one else is going to do it because you're doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for anyone else.
So what pushes you when you're by yourself though, Jade? If you're sat in the house, sat on the sofa watching telly, and you know you need to go out for a run, what sort of motivates you to get going, or do you believe it's more discipline that gets you out?
It's definitely discipline. I think it's funny because I was supposed to fight in April, but my fight fell through.
That's right, I've seen that.
We'll come on to that. But I think prior to that, like I'm always in the gym. Like I'm always one that I'm not kind of never not in the gym, but when you get when I get a phone call from a manager saying, right, fight confirmed, it's like a switch is flicked, right, boom, we're on, it's business now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think as well, like, you know, people are paying the hard-earned money to buy tickets from you as well. And
Very true.
You know,
I hadn't thought about it like that.
Yeah, and they're paying for a boat and they're paying for a hotel and they're coming to support you, that you only really want to do them proud. So I think about those people. I think about why I do it. And I think about just getting my hand raised as well, like that's always in the back of my mind as well.
Do you feel pressure? Being from the Isle of Man and being that
it's hard not to.
Being would you say, well obviously you must be the best female in your club.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you have that pressure of like everyone's sort of looking up to me and I have to perform?
I think when, like, you know yourself, I think when you're from the Isle of Man, it's hard not to feel pressure because everybody, and we're lucky for that.
Yeah.
Everybody is interested in your story and what you're doing.
I love that.
So I think
then
as
there's
well,
also,
yeah, and I think as well, like from when you're from like a really small place like the Isle of Man, and there's that like huge like community feel to it that you only ever want people to feel proud, and you have that sense of like community and pride to be from the Isle of Man. And as well for me, it's all about putting the Isle of Man on the map.
Yeah, let's go.
And I want to be the first. Like I want to win a title. I want to do this. I want to do that. But and as well, I always think about it's not necessarily for me now. It's paving a future for other young girls and boys in the future that think she can do it, so can I.
Definitely.
So it's not just about me, really. I don't always think necessarily about me. I think about the bigger picture.
That's pretty cool, Jade. And when you go away on these trips to fight, do you bring a boxing team? Or something like that?
No,
do you bring
so
people with you? I'm not familiar with boxing at all, by the way. I'm a greenhorn, an absolute newbie to this. So
I have a club in the UK in Liverpool called No Limits.
Okay.
So whenever I've got like a leading up to a fight, I'm kind of like 3 days in Liverpool and the rest of the time here. So if I've got like an 8-week camp, I kind of split my time. So I've got a professional coach in the UK called Danny. Mm-hmm. And he sorts out my sparring and my training, and whatever I do there, I bring back and I work on that for the remainder of the week on top of my
so you're forwards and backwards.
Yeah, pretty much. You can't like.
Why is that though?
Because there's no other real females here for me to spar with.
Too hard.
Yeah, too hard. Yeah.
You're the cream of the crop. You've reached the top. Nightmare.
So I've got So it's more just for my development, really. It's pretty much like most people here. Everyone's got to go away. Yeah. There's always bigger and better.
Would you ever live away?
No.
Would that not change? Could that alter your career by being exposed more?
It could, but I think as well, like, unless the money was right, and if it was going to change my life, then yeah, I would get up and move. But I've got a mortgage and I've got 2 dogs that, I've got to take care of. So I have responsibilities here, and I've still got to work.
Yeah, what do you work as a day job out of interest?
So before all the boxing, I was a prison officer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, that was a bit wild. Yeah. Loved it, absolutely loved it. But obviously with what I do, I can't, work on alternate weekends and shifts. It just...
Not ideal.
I can't do it. So I think with the opportunities that I've got, I kind of had to think, well, do I just follow my dreams and my heart, or do I think about my career? And I thought, well, do you know what?
Ooh.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
That is a tough one.
It is a tough
especially
one.
If you're going up into... once you got the label of pro, you're thinking, right,
well, it's the unknown more so than anything.
Career.
But I left that leading up to the Commonwealth Games because I thought I needed to really give that everything, because it was a huge opportunity to represent the Isle of Man on that stage. That
Commonwealth is huge, Jade.
It is massive. Like, the fact that I went, honestly, I was like, mind blowing.
I should have involved that in the intro, really.
Hey, it's fine. It's okay. Don't you worry. But yeah, but since then, I've kind of just been like working in Barbary Coast behind the bar.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you find that though?
I love it, because I go in. Yeah, chatting away. I go in. I have such a laugh with everyone there. And the owners, Andy and Darren, they sponsor me as well.
Oh, well, that works, doesn't it?
Yeah, it works. So I'm looked after.
Goes hand in hand.
I text him at the beginning of the week. He's like, what shifts do you want to work? I'm like, well, can I have these shifts because this is what I'm doing training-wise? He's like, yeah, no problem. So I think for me, it's like, it's not forever. It's just stepping stone. But, do you know, at the minute, like, I enjoy it. And I have a good crack, and I walk in, work, leave everything at the door, and I go home, and that's it.
And that's it. But do you think your career is boxing now? So what sort of stage are you at? Are you thinking, okay, we've got another 6 years, we've got another 10 years, how far are we going to push this? Like, what are you thinking?
I am, like, probably getting on veteran now. Like,
are you in your primes now? Or
I'd like to think so.
Is this your prime?
Well, I'm 33 now.
I would never ask a woman her age.
Thank you.
Come on.
Yeah, you've been brought up well. So I'm actually 34 in July, which I'm a bit upset about, but it is what it is. I don't know. I'm very much like, I don't really think about the future too much. Mm-hmm. I'm literally just think about where I'm at now.
How do you feel now?
I feel like, do you know what? I used to think a lot about the future, and that's where my downfall was.
Okay.
Because you can't control the uncontrollable. Yeah. So only control what you've got now.
Very true. I like that.
So I think where I'm at now, I'm in a good place. I'm happy.
That's the main thing.
Exactly. That's it. I've got no pressure. Well, not at the minute anyway, not until I get a fight date. But, and I'm just enjoying what I'm doing. And I think, like, if an opportunity comes up, then I'll take it. So I've kind of said to myself, let's give the boxing another 2 to 3 years, see what happens. And then yeah, we'll just go from there. But
that leads us nicely, Jade. Sorry to interrupt you there, but that leads us actually nicely into that fight that you said had to be rescheduled or cancelled.
Yeah, yeah.
So are you looking into the future for that?
So I'm looking.
Is that something that you sort of you got yourself all mentally prepared for, looking forwards?
Yeah, yeah. So I committed myself to like 8 weeks for that, financially as well. Like, you know, I'm out of pocket for that really. So
Yeah.
I was like, so how the professional boxing works is when
Yeah,
you
talk me
start off,
through that,
as
yeah.
you start off, you have to sell tickets. Like if you don't sell tickets, you can fuck off basically.
Really?
So I'll give you an example. My first fight, I sold, let's probably say about 100 tickets.
Okay, hang on. Personally, when people buy tickets for a boxing night,
Yeah.
do they put on the ticket who they want coming to watch?
So I get the tickets and I have to personally give them to people.
Oh,
So I have
okay.
to take the money. Yeah, exactly. So if you said to me, I want a ringside ticket, I'll go,
Yeah.
right, okay, Percy, it's 70 quid.
right.
You send me the money.
Yeah.
That all gets collected. Then I'll get an opponent. And say, so my first opponent was £1,700. I had to pay it out of that ticket money. Yeah, exactly.
So winner takes all?
No. So say I sold £6,000 worth of tickets.
Yeah.
My opponent got 1,700 quid.
Mm-hmm.
The promoter got 1,600 quid.
Good lord.
Exactly, yeah,
That's
exactly.
fucking
And
daylight
then whatever,
robbery.
exactly, and then whatever's left, so there's like £2,000 left. 10% goes to my manager
Yeah.
for obviously arranging all the paperwork and matchmaking and all that, and then 10% goes to my coach.
Okay.
So I might walk away with like 1,600 quid, but then think about what I've paid out each week
Yeah.
going to the UK in hotels,
Phew.
the boat. I'm out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like, so this is where
Ooh.
sponsors come in.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Exactly.
So when you were going through that 8 weeks period,
Yeah.
how far off from the fight actually were
2
you?
weeks before. So, yeah.
How did you approach that situation?
I think it's funny because I had a really weird gut feeling.
They're interesting.
They are interesting. Like
they do speak to you.
they
your
do
gut
speak to
does
me. I
speak
was
to you.
like, I'm just getting a vibe. Like something's not right here.
Right.
But I'd like my name was all like I'd been matched up. Like me and this girl had been matched up like weeks. So I was like, right, great. I'd prepared for her, knew what I was going to be working with. No problem. Like really looking forward to it.
Let's
Like
go
she was
give her a
made. She
kick
was
'em.
made for me. Like
Go
I
and
could
give
not
her a
wait.
kick 'em.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I was cutting weight. My weight was on track. And then I would just like say I had that gut feeling. My manager rang me. He's like, "You're never gonna guess what." I was like, "What?" He's like, "She's failed a brain scan." So,
No.
Yeah, but as a professional, you have to have you have a brain scan every year. But she'd left it until that late in the year
No.
to get it. But apparently she always needs 2. So yeah, and it was too late to kind of resolve it and blah blah blah. So yeah, they tried to get me another one. She said yes, then said no. A couple of days later, then they offered me this big Latvian fucking unit who
Oh.
paying $3,000. That
Yeah.
I just was like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
He was 2 weight classes above, and I just thought like that could really throw a spanner in the works. I've not prepared for. If I pay you $3,000, I'm out of pocket then. So, yeah, unfortunately, like, I could have boxed, but I think it wasn't the right thing to do.
How important are weight classes, Jade?
Very.
Like you
Very,
say,
very.
2 weight classes up there, and I'm not someone who's familiar with. I am familiar with weight classes to a degree because I did quite a bit of jiu-jitsu in the past,
Yeah.
and they have weight classes, but it's a different discipline altogether. How important are they in boxing? So 2 weight classes above, how much extra weight would that be than you, for example?
So I boxed so I was matched up at super featherweight, which would have been like
Okay.
59 kilos, which is
Alright.
like 9 stone 4.
That's pretty light.
Yeah. So she was like super light, so she'd have been like 64.
Oof.
So that'd have been about 5 kilos.
Yeah, and is that a big difference? That's what I'm
Yeah.
trying to get.
Because
get
if you
here.
think about it, like if she's gonna get down to 64 kilos, what's she walking around at?
70.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So for me, like when I start a camp, I
Mm-hmm.
probably walk around at 65, and I get down to 59.
Yeah.
So that kind of gives you a bit of a rough idea where people are at. Most
Right.
people probably lose anything between 10 and 6 kilos for most camps.
Right. Okay. And then so
Um,
she's the strength of a 70-kilo person after the cut.
Yeah, naturally.
Like when you
yeah,
come
yeah.
to fight, sort of
yeah,
thing.
exactly. Naturally, don't know. I probably could have gone in there and held my own, but it's just like, do I risk this in my career
Yeah,
for what?
Safety, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, like I don't get me wrong. Like I knew, I've watched it and I thought I could definitely hold my own. I probably would, I might have come up all right against her, but I think in my
Shouldn't have.
head I'd not prepared for her.
Is that a big deal? Is it? Do you watch your opponent a lot?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Do you study? Are you the type of person to sit there and watch how she punches?
I'll have a look and I'll see like what do they do, like little switch offs here and there, or when they throw the jab, where's their where's their backhand? Is it low? Can I like count them with a left hook? Like stuff like that. It's like little tiny things.
And that's what you'll train, sort of thing.
Yeah,
maybe try and get that.
I'll look just like looking for like small little things.
Does everything slow down, Jade, when you're in there?
No.
You know when I'm just trying to picture being in there.
You think about like the Matrix, like when they're like
I'm
leaning backwards, like.
But they talk about TT riders because they're so used to going at 200 mile an hour. Their body gets used to going at 200 mile an hour, and they think that fast.
Yeah.
If someone started punching me fast, I'd be like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah,
But for you, can you sort of see things coming before they?
It's very much like
before they
it's
come,
like
sort of thing. I don't know how do I explain that?
It's like in boxing, it's like a game of chess. So I'm
I
like
chess.
I'm throwing a jab at you to see how you react. Like, what am I going to get back? If I throw a jab at you, am I going to get a jab back? Is he just going to block it, or is he going to return with a backhand? Like, what's he going to do? So I might throw a few jabs at you and see what you do, and then I might feint and see if I can trigger you.
Yeah.
Then I'll kind of catch what you're going to throw back and then counter you with like a left hook or a backhand.
Ah.
It's kind of like little things like that. It's seeing what people's routines are.
And when within the first minute, are you sort of just scanning what they're doing?
I'm feeling them out, yeah, totally.
Sort of just getting a bit of a jig for it. What's going on in here?
So we call our jab like the information stick. So we're kind of like just putting that out and seeing how people react, seeing what's going on, seeing what the range, the distance.
Excited, that. It's a bit weird.
We're gonna have to get you down the gym, aren't we?
Get you doing some little spin,
some body sparring with Ozzy.
Yeah, big Aussie.
Big Aussie.
Oh, I don't know about that.
He's a soft shite, mate, honestly.
I'll let you call Aussie that, I think.
I do all the time.
It just fascinates me, Jade, because when you're in there, like I watch a bit of UFC, but people, they're just constantly trying to work out what's going on.
Yeah, just
and
touching.
you can see the cogs moving in the brain,
absolutely.
and I wondered if just what's that feeling like?
Yeah.
Try and explain that to somebody who's not ever boxed. What is that feeling of right, we're in here, there's a few hundred people watching me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to
as well,
put this girl's lights out.
The
What's
worst one
going
is
on
it's
here?
like when you're in there and you've got all your friends that have had about 7 pints and they're shouting, "Fucking hit her!" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, what do you think I'm trying to do here?"
Yeah, do you block it out? Does it all go quiet?
I do now, but I did used to I was a bugger for kind of like
turn around, shut up, you bitch.
like I'd end up being in like having like proper straighteners because
really,
yeah, I'd always go back to the corner. And my coach would be like, "Stop listening to the crowd," but you get excited, don't you? Like you just kind of like
in the moment.
In the moment, yeah. But no, I think when you're in there, you're very much just like. I don't ever look at people's eyes when I'm in there. I look at shoulders because when you see a punch coming, you're gonna see that twitch in the shoulder.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a little curveball. I never thought of that.
Always look at shoulders because you're gonna see the punch come before they throw the punch, really, because they're obviously gonna.
It's like the speed of sound and the speed of light.
Yeah.
The speed of light will come first, but the speed of sound will come after.
That's it, exactly. Yeah.
Wow, I'd never actually recognised. I never knew that.
Yeah, because one girl actually said to me, "Are you just looking at my tits the whole time?" I said no. I'm actually just looking at your shoulders.
It must be weird though when you're in there if you lock eyes with somebody, like lock eye with your opponent, and you're thinking,
yeah,
is she thinking what I'm thinking here?
Yeah, or when you bang them and then you start smiling, you're like, what did I not hurt you?
Is that something that's often sort of?
Oh yeah, I don't ever do that because I just think
twat.
Yeah, twat, exactly. No, it's where you've hurt someone when they smile because they're just a bit like, yeah.
Or is it? Or they're trying to put a mask on.
Yeah, they're like, that's all you've got. Oh, yeah. That's kind of what it's like, a little bit.
Sort of trying to belittle you in a sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And does that wind you up?
No. Well, I think it used to in the beginning. I boxed an Irish girl called Jade, and she just smiled at me the whole time. I thought, oh my God, I'm going to smash her fucking face in. But it was so infuriating. But you just get used to it. You're in there with people that will do anything to try and put you off or whatever. They'll just kind of do whatever's best for them or whatever they think works best for them. But I just go in there. I don't really get involved in that.
But do you get angry in there? Do you have to control your emotions? Or do you have to be sort of like, right, what am I doing here?
No, it's very much like when you're out of control, that's probably when you're most likely to get hit. Because you need to know where you are, what you're doing, be in control all the time.
All loose and all, you'll be all over the chip.
When I used to play football, I used to be like getting sent off all the time. I would like, if I lost the ball, I'd be like legging it back down the wing to just like absolutely empty whoever just took the ball off me. But then when I went to boxing, it was just totally different. Like, I'm so like relaxed in there, like so chilled. If I know I'm down in the last round and I've got a runner, then I'll be like, let's fucking have it. Like, come on, meet me in the middle kind of thing.
Yeah, let's have a crack at it.
Yeah, but, you know, the aim of boxing is to hit and not get hit, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, so, it's just so different. Like I said, it's like chess. You've got to... And when you start getting tired, like, if you watch UFC, like, when people start getting tired at the end, that's where they're probably most likely to get knocked out, because they can't really keep their mental focus.
Yeah,
they start to switch off because they're tired. They're thinking about other things.
Yeah, very true. Very true. And talk to me a little bit about ABC Boxing.
Max ABC?
Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about what sort of, how that journey and how they've helped you actually along the way.
Yeah.
I'm interested in ABC Boxing actually, and where that sort of all came from, if you know anything about it.
Yeah, no,
absolutely. Give them a bit of a shout out.
Absolutely, yeah. So Manx ABC, they've been around like years. I can't even tell you when. Like, I'm talking way over 50 years.
Right.
Started off in this like little tiny shed at the back of the Castle Mona.
Okay.
Then there was a fire there.
Yes.
And then it moved up the road, a little bit further up the road there. We were in that gym. That's where I started off up there. And then eventually, they'd done obviously like a lot of fundraising and over like 20 years. And we've moved into a new facility down at Hills Meadow, which is amazing. We've got a gym downstairs.
Oh, yes.
We've got the boxing club upstairs. It's absolutely amazing. The facilities that we got we're so lucky. But yeah, we cater for all ages, from 6 to any age anyone wants to give it a go.
Oh, right.
Honestly, it's like, it's such a nice little vibe in there. Everyone's so friendly and welcoming. And we do like, even if people don't want to get hit, we do keep fit sessions as well. Anyone wants to just stick on a pair of gloves, anyone's more than welcome to come down.
And how far along would somebody, say a greenhorn like me who'd never even punched a bag really before, goes in there, how long is that period at ABC before they let you actually go in there and start hitting each other, sort of thing?
Yeah,
that's a strange one for me. How do you know when someone's ready?
Yeah, I think like
how would you know when someone's ready there? I don't know.
Well, that's it. And like the saying is so true, like everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face, haven't they? Like, literally. Some people are made for it, some people aren't. Like, I've seen people in there that have been like, you know, big lads, and they're like, oh yeah, you know, want to give this a real go, and then once they get punched, they're like, oh fuck this, I'm out of here.
Really?
It's not for everyone. It's not for everyone. Oh yeah, 100%.
Have you seen people go in there and
turn away? Yeah.
Have you seen people go in there thinking they're the dog's bollocks and then get?
You see it a lot with Thrill in the Villa.
I've never watched The Thrill in the Villa, but I follow it on social media. Is that run by ABC? What's that? What's that all about?
It's a charity event, but they obviously like they do. They're not part. They're nothing to do with it.
ABC feed them it.
It's like it's unlicensed. It's unlicensed boxing.
Unlicensed. Does that mean it's dodgy?
No, it's just kind of like you do it at your own risk kind of thing.
Okay, you got to sign something saying if you get.
Basically you do it at your own risk. But I just think, you know, if anyone wants to give it a go, then fair play. But because it's not for everyone. It is not for everyone.
Suppose you see people with that Thrill in the Villa, don't you, who rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
And you can see the ones who it's for.
Yeah. But even with Thriller, it's like, because people are doing it for a charity, even if it's not meant for them, like they still kind of like do it anyway. Like, yeah.
God. That'll be painful to watch.
It is, yeah. I always like.
It's good for good cause, though.
Of course, it is. Absolutely. Like, I'm not against.
Is it on
that.
this year?
I don't know. I've not really heard anything.
I haven't heard anything.
Are you gonna give it a go?
I don't know. I want to do something towards charity this year. I don't know what.
What weight are you? Would you be heavyweight? Big lad.
I sit around. Shut up, Herb, cheeky bastard. I don't know. I sit around just over.
Super heavyweight, Herb.
Sit around about 103 kilos.
Oh yeah, super heavyweight, yeah.
102 kilos, somewhere around there. That's what I was last
super
time I weighed myself.
We'll get Anthony Joshua in to give you.
The hell no! That bugger would blooming destroy me. Oh, super heavyweight.
Yeah. Anything
Not
over
that heavy.
Anything over 91 kilos is super heavyweight.
So what's heavyweight?
Like 98? Is it like 89 to 91?
No.
Yeah.
I did not know that. So in the boxing world, so if you're
92 kilos plus is super heavyweight.
To what?
Just open, yeah. So you could just go up against any loaf.
That's a nightmare.
Butter bean.
He was a bloody lump, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was a loaf of bread, all right.
Tyson Fury, anyone, like, that's it.
Wow. I didn't
Mad.
realise that was
Yeah,
the case.
It's mad, isn't it, really?
That is crazy. 92 kilo. I didn't think.
Yes.
That's not that heavy for a bloke.
I don't know what that is in stone. What's that
92
work out?
kilos. So
Is that got to be about 14?
104 kilo is 16 stone. So you help yourself to that, by
Thank
the way.
you.
Just gently put it down on the table, waiting for some beer mats to come.
Bang.
Yeah, and then right.
Is this
92.
good old Manx spring water?
Yeah, that's Manx spring water. Can you taste it?
Douglas Rugby Club, man of the match.
Yeah.
Love. Is this you?
Yeah, we got two.
Cheers to that song.
I got two of them. Thank you very much. Got two of them, and then was like, well, they're two matching cups, and they're ideal for the situation.
Absolutely.
So I thought, bugger it.
Yeah, good on you.
Proud of it. I was like, well, send it. I'm taking a step back from rugby, I think, this year. Just
What you gonna do?
played a bit too much. So I played here, then in New Zealand, and came back, and I was like, I need a bit of a rest from it. I think.
Yeah.
Give the
course
old
you do.
noggin a bit of a rest. Got too many coming against too many.
Do you
big-
wear like a little cap?
No, I was.
Oh, you got that hair, haven't you?
Yeah,
So
I
you
got
don't
all
need
the
it.
hair and I sweat like, oh
Do you like tape your ears in?
God, I'll take me lugs in, yeah.
Do
'cause,
ya?
sometimes, yeah, because me lugs get.
And what
dead
position do you
ripped.
play?
Number 7,
What's
usually.
that then? I'm not really
On the edge
that
of the
familiar.
scrum, just a stupid idiot who runs
right,
around, really.
runs into other people.
Yeah, but I want to get more into jiu-jitsu on the Isle of Man now. I
Okay,
think.
so where are you doing that at?
We literally went for our first one last Monday at that summer
Is that
grappling.
next to where we are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Went
nice.
there on Monday. I did it in New Zealand for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, been setting this up, didn't really have as much time as I would have liked, and sort of focused on doing different
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
things
okay.
coming back from being like traveling for a year. I was like, right, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I need to do that. You know, when something's playing in the back of your head, you know you want to get back
absolutely.
into it, but you just don't have the time. You know you want to get back. And I was like, right, bugger it, bring him down, see what he thinks.
Yeah,
Something that we can do together.
yeah.
He's 15, 16 next year, so
Nice.
just bring him in and you train him with the adults, so that's good.
Yeah, that's
So I
mint.
mean, it's just
I've,
something
I've always
different. Have you
fancied
ever
it as
tried
well.
it?
No, never.
Never tried any other disciplines of martial arts?
I've done like my other half does like she's big into like Muay Thai.
Oh,
Muay Thai.
okay.
So we are literally always like having sparring rounds in the kitchen. I swear to God, they go on for about 15 minutes.
Punching each other
And
on
I'll
the
like
sofa.
go and kick her, but I've got no hamstrings, and
Yeah.
we'll like clash shins, and I'll just be on a heap in the floor.
Ah, that must be the worst,
Yeah,
eh? Crackling
yeah.
shins or
We went
something.
we went to Thailand and did it, and I remember just like,
What was that like?
oh, it was mint, absolutely mint.
Really?
So hot, but like just
Hot.
like so, yeah, like you literally walk out there like you've just pissed yourself, like
Real?
yeah, like you're just soaking wet.
Ew.
Honestly, yeah, it's a bit gross, but it's an experience.
Yeah, I bet that wasn't it.
But yeah, my shins were just like battered black and blue from kicking back. I'm just not conditioned to it. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but I suppose your body gets used to it, doesn't it?
yeah. But I'm going out to Thailand in September for a month, and I'm thinking I might just have a fight out there just for a laugh.
Can you do that? Can you? Is there
Yeah,
fights
yeah.
there that you can just sign up to?
Yeah, I'll just go and do a Muay Thai fight. Just
Oh right.
Yeah,
Do you reckon you can
definitely.
hack it?
I
Well, it'd
reckon.
be a completely different style, no?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you stand different?
Yeah, like we're more like your lead foot forward.
Is that orthodox or not orthodox?
So I'm orthodox, so like left foot forward
Okay,
because my power's in my backhand, my right hand.
right. And then what other ones is there? There's orthodox.
Southpaw.
Southpaw. What's
yeah,
that then?
that's the opposite. So that's your right foot forward, and your
Ah.
yeah. So your power, your basically your power base is at the back. So
Does
you can
anyone ever
drive
throw
through.
you off and put the power one at the front?
No, people switch. People are good enough to switch, but I'm not.
Like if you came against someone who had their jab as their strong hand
Yeah.
and gave you a good donk, and what that is that
Some people just have really good jabs, so they don't even need to worry about that.
right? Okay,
Some people have like really snappy, fast jabs.
right. And are you teaching? Are you like? Would you call yourself an advocate for young women boxing on the Isle of Man at the moment?
I'd like to think so. Like I've got my coaching badges.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, I just don't have a minute at the minute to scratch my own backside. So when I do have a spare minute, it's I just kind of do what I need to do. But yeah, I think eventually, like when my days are gone, I would like to get into coaching a little bit more.
I think that's got you. I think that's got your name written all over, Jade.
Yeah.
I think that is
definitely.
right
Take
up your
do a lot
street.
of like I take like a couple of boxer-side sessions there.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do that kind of thing. But
Bit
like
of community spirit.
yeah,
How important is that to you?
very.
Is that something that's really?
It's just that nice, like from people from all kind of walks of life.
Yeah.
It's just, exercise sport is for everyone, isn't it?
100%. I mean, the Isle of Man has got
it
great
is like
sport,
so
hasn't it?
inclusive for everybody. Like, I've met the most amazing people in my life through sport. and people from all walks of backgrounds, and you just, you know, you can learn so much from other people as well that you probably wouldn't just meet on the street.
That is a great point. That you learn more from listening sometimes,
Absolutely.
don't you?
Yeah, totally.
What's the best lesson you've learned from boxing, do you think?
I think the best lesson that I could probably learn from boxing is just how humble it's made me.
Okay.
Like, we all have a bit of an ego, don't we?
Yeah,
like, we do.
Under your skin somewhere.
We do, but I feel like when I used to play football, I had a bit more of a big ego then, being in a group environment and knowing girls back you up and, you know, like, but I think now I'm just, like, really grateful every day.
That's cool.
Yeah, like,
that's a real change in mindset, isn't it?
Yeah, like, I think gratitude comes up into it. Like, every day I wake up, I'm just like, it's another day.
Gratitude. Interesting.
Just grateful for what you've got, like, and having no expectations.
And how did boxing
anything.
teach you that?
I think it's just very grounding, like with boxing, like, Jesus Christ, it can make you be on your knees sometimes. Like,
have you ever lost
as a pro?
Like, have you ever lost in general, like a sparring or actual fighting?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
What's that? What you talk about ego? How do you approach a loss? If it was an amateur,
I think,
or
when I in the amateurs, I went on I had my first 5 and I won all 5, and I was like, oh.
Here we go.
I'm unstoppable. And then after that, I was like, went on a 5-loss streak, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, is it me? Like, what is it? Like, what am I doing wrong? And they're all like really like close decisions that I lost on the road.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, you know, it's just part of life, isn't it? I know that's the rain. What is going on?
Carry on. Sorry, that was a bit of a distraction. It's like rain. It's been sun for so long.
I know. It's typical, isn't it?
Crazy.
Yeah, and do you know what? Like, I think when I got beat at the Commonwealth Games, I was like, oh my, like, everything.
God, did you lose there?
Yeah,
no.
I know.
Oh,
in the
heavy.
quarterfinals, devastated. But, you know, like, everything had gone into it. Like, I didn't even think about anything other than
winning.
that. And then when it got took away from me, I was like, I felt like I was just on my knees. Like, what?
How do you bounce back from
that?
Losing on a stage like that?
It took me months. I was in a bad way.
Go home and have a few beers
because
and sort of think about what you've done.
Because my life was just that. And then when it's gone...
What's next?
What's next? So that's where I've kind of had to learn that there only is, like, now, and just be grateful for what you have now.
Okay, that must be hard, that.
Like, on that stage. Yeah. On that stage. Like,
Commonwealth representing, that's that pressure that we were talking about earlier.
Absolutely, yeah.
That must have been...
Yeah.
Whew.
But that's what I mean. Like,
Did you feel disappointed in yourself, or disappointed that you'd not let the coaches down, but sort of that everyone had put so much into you, and you trying to kind of get your head round feeling that, hang on, it was me, it's okay, don't worry, everyone believed in me, and that's the main thing. Because some people, when they lose, they feel terrible themselves, but they actually feel worse for the people who put all the time into them.
Yeah, I think. That
would be difficult for me.
Yeah, I think, like, I was just so, like, I kind of looked at it in 2 ways. Like, I was so grateful that I was there. Mm-hmm. Like, I got there on my own merit from my own hard work.
Yeah.
So I was grateful in that element, but also, like, the opponent I was up against, like, that, when I went to Commonwealth Games, I'd only had 16 fights, which is, like, that's nothing. Like, that's literally a drop in the ocean. The girl who I boxed, Gemma Richardson, was, like, youth gold medalist, like, on the GB podium squad. Like, do you know what? Like, I always think, like, they can be better than you.
Yeah.
And that's fine. Like, take your hat off to them. Like, you're always going to find people that are better than you in life. Like,
yes.
Whatever. That's fine. But I literally said to myself, like, she didn't outwork you.
Yeah, okay.
She did not outwork you. Like, you literally tried your best.
Yeah.
You left your heart in there. You did everything.
And that's sort of how you wrap your head around it, sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Is she the best opponent that you've ever came across?
I think so, yeah. She is.
Where's she now?
She's just turned pro.
Oh, you're both pro. Oh, she's behind you.
She's,
behind you in the ladder.
Yeah,
How did you turn pro then?
So you got to apply for a license to the British Border Boxing.
Okay, so it's not something you qualify for?
No, you've got to, like, actually apply to be a pro, and they'll, like, interview you and make sure it's the right thing to do.
And how would they know if it's not the right thing to do? So,
well, because some people just, like, aren't cut out for it. Some people aren't fit for purpose.
fit for purpose like a
Yeah,
machine.
Well, like, you know, when you as a pro, like, wearing 8-ounce gloves, like, you know, people get seriously hurt.
But what's amateur? How many gloves?
10-ounce, like, very padded gloves.
Thicker.
Yeah, like very thick, like really rounded at the top. Like in the pros, you can feel your knuckles at the bottom of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Totally different. Yeah.
When you get a punch in the nose, have you ever had your nose broke?
I've had my nose broke before, yeah.
What's that like?
So
I broke my nose and I didn't cry, but you feel like you're crying.
Yeah.
You can't see.
Yeah.
How do you fight when something like that happens?
Well, I actually broke my nose, like, I think it was like 6 weeks before the Commonwealth Games.
No.
Yeah.
Someone punched you in the foot?
Someone chinned me, and it was a lad in sparring.
You was sparring with a lad?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I bet you felt like a piece of shit.
Uppercutted me, and I literally felt my nose, like, literally touched my forehead. Like, that's what it felt like.
I bet you felt like shit after that, didn't you?
Yeah, probably, but just is what it is.
Do you spar with blokes much, Jade?
I have to, yeah. Yeah, I do spar lads quite a bit. But
Well, how do you approach that? Like,
yeah.
do you like? You can't be liking that. Like,
Do you know what? Like,
you're probably one of the lads anyway, are you?
yeah, but obviously, like, there's no denying, like, men are a lot quicker, they're a lot stronger. Like, genetically, like, men are far better than women. But women and men are in their own category for a purpose, right?
Well, yeah. These people who are men who are turning into women and coming into the women's category is not fair.
It's not. Yeah.
That's not sound.
Yeah, it's not okay.
That is not sound.
It's not okay.
Just gotta pull that one out there before we go any further.
It's not okay. Yeah, absolutely not.
But I suppose you watch different things when it comes to women and men's boxing. Two completely different.
But it's like, I don't know, like some women's fights I watch just be like, wow, like absolute like Barn Summers like fights.
Probably angrier than men.
Yeah, they can be, and they're just as competitive. But like, you know, women are match similar with strength, aren't they? Like, and yeah, like, well, I've sparred, like, saying, going back to sparring blokes, like, sometimes it's the only sparring partners I have, and, like, they might start off nice with you, and then if you just, like, chin them or clip them, their, like, inner, like, ego's like, well, the fuck, I've just been really, like, banged by a girl here, and then it steps up a level, then it steps up a level. No. Then it's like, well, where are we going with this sometimes?
Is that when the coach stops?
Yeah,
Does
sometimes.
that happen much when you're sparring?
With lads?
Well, with women as well.
No,
like,
no.
Does it ever get...
It can do.
Does it ever spiral?
Yeah, it can do. Because you do get some women that are, like, quite competitive. But, like, for me, like, sparring, where I'm like, it's a time to put things into practice that you've learned with your coach.
Okay. Yeah.
But you do get some women that are, like, so competitive. Like,
they can't lose.
They don't want to lose.
You don't learn if you don't lose.
Exactly.
You don't learn if you don't fail.
Exactly.
I think that's something that we need to work on the Isle of Man, is being okay with failing.
Yeah.
Because you learn the most about yourself.
Well, you don't lose, you learn, don't you?
Yeah, yes, 100%.
Like, hands down.
It needs to be encouraged more, Jade, I think.
Yeah.
Especially coming through school systems and things like that.
Yeah.
Certainly when I was at school, I felt like, you know, not doing as well as you could do or failing at something was almost looked down upon in a sense.
Yeah.
And I think we need to try and turn that and actually think, right, okay, we might not have done as well as we liked. How can we improve next time?
Well,
what have we learned
school's very
from
much
that?
like results driven, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, I remember being at school, and don't get me wrong, like, I just couldn't be asked. Like,
school
I was there, like, I was literally there just for the bands, like, with me mates. I got through it, I got the grades I wanted to do, but I feel like there's probably a lot of, like, creative people who kind of who aren't as academic as other people who are then, academic people are more kind of, like, celebrated in school, aren't they? Like, well done, you're in
So
set
clever.
1, you got your A, you are just amazing. Like, but what about little Johnny there, who's like sat in the back of the classroom, like, you know, thinking about, oh, when I get out of school tonight, I'm going to go and build this, or I'm going to go and build that. Like,
yes, they're putting everyone under the same bracket, aren't they?
Exactly. But all you're doing is, regurgitating bullshit that you're never going to use ever again.
I've found that a little bit. Yeah, 100%. How did you find it growing up on the Isle of Man, Jade?
Loved it.
I think it was good for you growing up on the Isle of Man.
Yeah, definitely, because like I was just out all the time with my friends. Like, you know, we were never bad kids or anything. Like, we were all like playing football, or we were out. Like, I went to QB2.
Yeah.
So we were out like up at the headlands, or at, you know, the old Victorian baths. Like, just out having fun all the time.
Being
I was never
kids.
being kids. At a time where these phones weren't around either.
Oh, better times.
You know, where your mum said, if you weren't in for 7 o'clock for your dinner, like, you were getting grounded. So,
well, you're not getting your dinner.
Yeah, like, I was banging at 7 o'clock. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, those kind of times.
But it made kids certainly recognise a little bit of responsibility, didn't it?
Definitely.
And as a child, being brought up on the Isle of Man, think it is a bit different than the UK because we're so safe.
Yeah, it is safe. Like, you leave.
Take it for granted, don't you?
Don't lock my house.
Yeah.
Leave. Postman chucks me stuff in the hallway, and I know I'll come home and everything's where it should be, and neighbours look out for each other.
Yeah.
So that's another reason probably why I wouldn't want to live in the UK.
Yeah, because of the community here.
Yeah, and I've been away, I've travelled, I've done this, X, Y, and Z, but it always has a really big pullback to bring me back here.
Yes, you go away to almost want to recognise why you like living here.
And then you come back, you're like, fuck yeah, everything's still the same, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit of sort of stability.
I can't wait to get home. It's never going to change. The Isle of Man's always the Isle of Man, isn't it?
I think the Isle of Man is going to change eventually.
Do you reckon?
I think there needs to be some form of change here.
Well, there's a boat in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. There is a boat in the morning. Fuck off. All these when eyes coming here, eh? What can you do? It's fascinating. But looking back on those times being a kid, what would you tell yourself from your journey through life? What advice would you give to yourself?
Other people's opinions don't matter. Because we're so focused on what other people think of us, aren't we? All the time. And and that literally scopes a lot of young people now.
Doesn't it? Hey, good
I even still now I'm I'll post something on Instagram. I'm like, oh, should I have posted that? People, and it's never anything bad. It's something to do with boxing related. I'm like, oh, people like that. I'm like, fuck what people think.
Yes.
I've posted that. I posted it.
Yeah, people. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, 100. I mean, I'm in a similar situation. I post things on there all the time. And
yeah. You're always going to get one little keyboard warrior who sat there, typing behind.
That's the one you remember.
Yeah.
The hateful. You could have 80 people comment on what you're doing, right?
100%.
But the one person who says something negative is the one that'll stick in your head.
Yeah.
You won't remember the 79 comments that were positive. You'll remember the one that was like, oh, stupid bugger, what you doing that for?
Yeah.
And that's something that's got to...
Whilst they never leave the house and they're probably a virgin. Telling you what you should and shouldn't do.
Yeah. And I think just do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy and don't get caught up in anyone else's bullshit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let them live their life, eh?
Yeah.
Especially on the Isle of Man here.
That's what I mean. Life's too short to actually give a shit about what other people think. You should do you and just... If it makes you happy, it makes you happy, then great. And your real friends will support whatever you do in life. And that's all that matters.
I think that's very true. And that's a nice way to start wrapping this up, Jade, I think.
Yeah.
That, I've learned a little bit about boxing today.
Yeah.
Actually,
we're going to have to get you down, aren't we? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'd come down. If you guys sort of, not invite me, but said, listen, come down on this day.
Yeah.
And we'll have a bit of a laugh.
We'll do a little pad session with you.
Yeah, and I'll have a bit of a laugh.
Or you could do a fitness session with me and Oz. What do you reckon?
Do a fitness session. I'll be into that.
Yeah.
Keen for that.
Okay.
I mean, I don't mind doing some pads or whatever as well, but I'll have a little run or a bit of a trot around or
a little trot.
A little trot about. Come out for a little gander. I don't know, whatever you want to call it.
This is pay-per-view, this.
Yeah. Go out for a little jog.
What if you're really good at it? What happens then? What if you're a natural? Let's roll around on the floor stuff. I might have to get put on pause.
Yeah, no, then start a bunch of people start getting hit in the head.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. I'm a little bit of a bugger because I do have a secret ego as well.
We all do. We all do.
Once I start, I get addicted to things.
Do you? Okay.
I get obsessed.
Yeah.
So I'm all in.
Okay.
It's like with this, I'm all in here. We're all in.
But if you this is what I'm saying about I know we all get obsessed and stuff about it, but even me as a pro and in the paid ranks and stuff now, not that it pays well at all.
Yeah.
I literally just go out to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Because I think if you start putting pressure and expectations on yourself and you don't meet those, it's just a disappointment.
But that's
isn't
the difference between a pro and an amateur. You've recognised that.
Yeah, but I've had to recognise it because of heartaches from from learning from that.
Yeah, learnings, teachings.
Totally, every day's a learning day, 100%.
Still now.
I think until the day we die, it's a learning day, isn't it? Really.
Definitely.
We just try and be better every day.
That leads me actually quite nicely into the final question of the podcast, Jade, and we ask everybody this. And the question is Isle of Man based? I mean, we haven't really spoke much about the Isle of Man here. I think we spoke enough about it today. Covered the bits and pieces when it comes to boxing on the Isle of Man. But if you could change or improve one thing about the Isle of Man, what would it be and why?
To benefit...
Well, just in general, if someone says to you, what would you say you could improve about the Isle of Man and why you would improve it, what would it be?
I think
That would take a second.
I think without like going off on a tangent, I think it's quite obvious to see the state that it's in at the minute with like the health service and everything like that. I think, just that. Hopefully, in the future, we can get back to being in a good place again. That we can all kind of look after each other, because I think that you only have to look on social media, and everybody's so negative about everything at the minute. That it's quite hard to see, because that's not us. Like, as a community, that's not us. You know, and don't get me wrong, everyone has the right to their own opinion, but, like, none of that is helping at the minute, isn't it? Like, everyone's just trying to do their best, but, yeah, I just hope we can get to a place again where everyone can kind of just, like, celebrate what we have.
Yes, and keep the Isle of Man the Isle of Man.
Yeah.
Is that what you're sort of trying to say there?
Safe and happy, because it is a great place.
We've got to cherish what makes us different than everywhere else. We don't want to be the same as the UK or Ireland or Scotland or Wales. But yeah, man.
We all come upon hard times, don't we? But I'm sure we'll get through them.
100%. Is there anything you'd like to shout out? Any pages that people need to go follow? Anything sort of like that? Where can they find you?
Absolutely, yeah. If anyone wants to follow my boxing journey, they can get me on Instagram at JadeIOM9.
Nice.
And yeah, obviously always appreciate the support, and yeah.
Get after it.
Thanks for inviting me on today.
Oof, I've thoroughly enjoyed it, Jade, to be fair. I think it'd be a great crack. Thank you very much for coming.
No, thanks, Percy.
Wonderful. That was quality, Jade.
Enjoy that, mate.